So you're watching it right now?
I was actually an avid basketball fan until then. Honestly.
Until 10 seconds ago.
Truth be told, I've never enjoyed basketball, ever.
Well,
I've never been to a live basketball game. I don't think I've ever watched an entire... I know that during like playoffs or whatever they call their like big seasonal championship-y things, I've watched part of games during that because like Brittany likes the championship-y stuff. But like I usually leave the room because I... Like football, I'll watch football. Baseball, I'll watch baseball.
If I ever come over,
but
if I'm ever at your house during the playoffs, I will hang out with Brittany.
Brittany is, if you anything sports related, that's your girl. Like,
okay.
yeah. I'm like, I can talk football, kind of. And that's the end of it. You want to talk about golf? I can tell you about nothing at all. I just grabbed the club that makes sense.
Golf.
I used to, but only because it was like good for day drinking. And I was in my 20s and drank a lot. But
I don't believe you.
Let's say if you have to choose between golf and baseball for drinking, golf is way more exciting.
Yeah, I don't know.
Baseball, when you're watching on the TV, is...
It's such a snooze fest, bro.
It's awful.
Both of them are for me, but I love baseball as a sport, though, so...
I mean, baseball to play, sure, awesome. Baseball at the stadium, again, sure, awesome. Baseball on TV.
I think I'd still rather play golf than baseball.
Like, can we talk about deflated footballs and how they negatively impacted a team's ability to play, and that the entire situation was a trumped up nothing? No, I agree, but that sounds like Jacksonville's problem now.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, you sing your little song. You have zero evidence to prove it.
Are you talking about Tom Brady of Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
Yeah, that's your team, man.
It's not, but okay.
Close enough. Close to my team.
My team, the Jacksonville Jaguars, are hosting a protest march on Tuesday.
Oh, kudos for them.
Yeah, they're all gonna go march.
Is Kaepernick allowed to join now, or is he still getting, you know?
I don't think he's on a team, so.
Yeah. I wonder why.
Might be free agency.
Yeah, he's also a mediocre player anyways, so mediocre QB. But anyways, moving on. Y'all ready?
I'm ready to fight some Jumanji mosquitoes.
Yeah, see if my anaconda don't want none unless it's mosquito buns, hon.
Jumping forward, you guys fought those mosquitoes back for literally hours. It was the fight of your life. Needless to say, it was not a simple combat. We're not gonna say I rolled dice for 4 hours.
An off-camera fight for your life.
Yeah. It was a rough fight for your characters, legitimately. I mean, one of those mosquitoes landing on you can do a ridiculous amount of harm to your character.
I hit. This is how much damage I did every time I bit it.
3?
3? Oh my god.
Roll it again.
3 damage.
More damage? More damage?
You guys went from... You guys literally
That's the max.
You guys literally went from trying to bust out of that wagon to fuck me, get back in it. And literally just trying to hold the wagon shut, and occasionally one of them would get inside there and you'd have to try to kill it quickly with no weapons. All of you literally smashing with the shit bucket and stuff like that, like doing whatever you could.
I caught one! I caught it! It's in the shit bucket! I got it!
Doing what you call it? Doing whatever you could about the mosquitoes, just trying to kill the sturges, trying to survive. Finally, you get through it. Hours later, the fight's over. You guys are exhausted. You think daytime now. You guys literally are exhausted, like multiple degrees of exhaustion. How many doesn't matter. You now know it's daylight because you can see it's lighter outside, but again, no direct beams of sunlight coming through that thick canopy overhead. In your tiredness, stupor, whatever it is that you're in, you hear the boots, the squelching of boots, squish, 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 as they approach the wagon. They're a lot closer now. They're very close to you by the time you hear them. I don't know who it would be to go to investigate. You guys try to hold the door shut, pop it open. How would you investigate the matter?
Are we in the caravan?
Yes. Having hid from the mosquitoes overnight.
Ophios is still in snake form if he slept at all.
You guys probably all had shitty sleep. Like short rest sleep.
I'll probably I guess try to peek out.
You'd peek out and you would see there are a lot of guards out there.
No.
Our savior.
Either we're saved or we're doomed.
Great.
Let's
Judge.
wait to see if they say anything.
So, well, if you're just peeking, they maybe didn't notice you. They're just out there, waiting.
For just us to do something?
Yeah, maybe.
Right.
It's not like all of them are staring at the caravan or something so coordinated as that. They're just out there waiting.
Perhaps
Alright.
somebody wants to say something? Or he's in snake form. Perhaps somebody wants to say something.
Ah! Oh, jeez. Ugh. Perhaps you should fix that, he says. And he walks over to Rena. Well, they didn't know we were in there before. They probably just heard me right now.
He'll start. He's Ophios is literally like, I don't know whether I should switch out of snake form or not. This is a bad situation for me at the moment. He'll probably switch back out and put on his prisoner garb.
Yeah.
If a minute passes and nobody does anything, guards will eventually come over. One of them will kick the bottom door, like kick it hard 3 times with like 3 really loud echoey because you're in the inside bangs, to the point where the door would probably even just flop open. The bottom one. Again. Coming out?
I'll come out first.
Come out?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, how you doing?
I've been better.
Bet you have. You look like shit.
Ophios will say from the inside and just say, "Where's Ethan?"
You said from the inside. Ethan! Ethan! Your little ward is looking for you. And then you can hear like, Curren! And he's coming up from behind.
Wah, 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 wah.
So, we learned something.
What's that?
Asking you. Did you learn something?
Oh, you're asking me.
Yeah.
I learned mosquitoes could be larger than this.
Look at that. You did learn something. But you missed the lesson. That's okay. I'll be more than happy to be your teacher in this matter. See, you learned that the mosquitoes are the least of your concern should you try to break out of this prison.
Oh, we're here.
This is the prison.
Just round that bend over there.
Why'd we sit here for 3 days?
Because I want to make sure you understand. You try breaking out of this place, you will wish you were back into it.
Have Laszlo or Vance walked out? Because Ophios was planning to be the last one to walk out.
They haven't yet. It's one of those things where they're kind of like looking at each other and you, like, what the fuck?
Well, good to know that they're really lawful and good, Vance and Laszlo, right? They're lawful good.
They shake their head. Eventually, somebody walks up, and well, Rena, you see it's what's his name? Ethan walks up. He's just kind of like he doesn't really look at you much, doesn't really pay you mind. He just kind of like walks past you as he lifts up the door a little bit so he can duck underneath and come walking into the squish down spot. Looks over, sees the 3 of you there, and just throws the cloak at Ophios.
Oh, and Ophios puts it on then.
Okay.
And he'll walk out.
And the other two will, of course, go out ahead of you, which is fine. The three of you come out. He, of course, backs out, or as soon as he throws it to you, he backs out, saying something under his breath like, it stinks in there.
Yeah, it was a shitty situation when the thing tipped over, right? He's trying to make Ethan laugh or something, so...
It's actually Laszlo that laughs.
Of course it is.
Yeah. Good to know. Still doesn't explain why you left us here to starve for 3 days.
It wasn't 3 days, by the way. Remember, it was like a day and a half.
Oh, I thought it was 3 days. Never mind.
He says, you try anything funny, you go without food. Try anything funny again, you go without water.
Explain funny.
Looks like you and I are going to have a good time.
What? I just need to understand what you mean by funny. Like ha-ha funny or like try and escape funny?
See, adults aren't too far off from children. Children need to burn their hands to realize the stove is hot. Adults sometimes need some scars first.
Listen, I just want to make sure I don't cross the line.
You will. And you'll learn from it this way. He turns and starts walking back. A couple of soldiers following them, others kind of following around you guys. Looking about. There's looking about the soldiers here. You don't know how many brought you here. You only knew of one guy the entire time. You only knew of Ethan. Well, you have 13 soldiers traveling with you now.
Ophios will actually reach back into the container and grab one of the dead bugs and be like, here. We didn't get a chance to eat it. Maybe you can.
The guy?
Yeah.
When I said he turned and walked, he turns and starts like walking off. When you pick up the thing and you say, here, and you kind of like give your lines.
Not that particular guy, just a random guard.
Oh, okay. I was just like, because he just keeps walking. Random guard looks at it. He looks at you and he says, listen, they're edible, technically. But you better eat the right parts. You better cook it the right way. Or you're gonna, let's just say the inside of that wagon. Yeah.
I mean, I was just offering it up to you. It was a joke, but all right.
What I'm talking about is not a joke.
Ophios will just kind of be like, all right, where are we going? Just let's go.
So you you guys make your way around the bend, like you said. That's just like right around the bend. It's like another half-hour walk. The entire time you're walking, this place is like a fucking maze. Everything looks the same. It is just wet, windy trees everywhere. The number of willows and whatnot all around you. This is just miserable. Even trying to keep track of what direction you're going is very, very difficult. Try if you'd like. Disadvantage.
Yeah, I will.
What are we rolling?
Rena's gonna fucking
Disadvantage.
kill it too.
Survival.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead, Rena. Roll 20. Roll 2 20s.
It wasn't that good.
Yeah, you guys you cannot figure your way. You don't know which direction. You don't even know if you're traveling east, west, north, south. You have no clue. None of you guys are particularly familiar with what swamps or whatever are like, and you can't see the sun or have any other point of reference. You're just wandering. And then eventually you come over to a bit of water where they actually get onto a raft. It's about a half hour, like I said. You get into a little bit of a raft. You start moving forward. They kind of pile everybody onto this little raft. My apologies, but large raft. You pile onto the thing, and you start ferrying across this area with this nasty water. And that's where you finally find it. It's built into the swamp. It's not invisible. Please don't misunderstand. It's not like there's any magics on it or anything like that. It's just that whatever stone they used here so long ago is so old that it's literally like vines and it's just like hanging roots and stuff like that are attached to the place. You literally do not see a gate that you come across because the gate itself is so much like nasty, goopy, mossy like material kind of clinging between each of the bars. You didn't even notice it until you were right upon it. It was one of those like, where are we going? Oh shit, we're going there. And you thought maybe you were going underneath like an overhang of roots or whatever, but it literally was a gate that lifts up for you guys to go into this place.
So what's in the water?
It's a swamp water. So you see like all around, you hear frogs, you hear croaking, stuff like that. You know, you hear little croaks like ribbit, ribbit. But sometimes
no gators or anything.
Sometimes from far off, you'll hear croaks like ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. It's like a very weird sounding frog that you can kind of hear off in the distance, but it definitely echoes through. Alligators, crocodiles, whatever those might be. I can't tell the difference. They are, if they're around, you didn't see them here.
Okay, I was that was Ophios actually asking guards, just making conversation.
They exist? They go, yeah, you see them, little ones, you know. Eat a cat, one bite. Certainly chew up a dog. Take off a leg, but it'd take several of them to eat you up. They're not the worst concern, honestly. Not the worst concern out here.
I mean,
What is?
Oh yeah.
It's a point of debate. We sometimes we'll argue about it. My opinion, Sturgis. His opinion, the frogs. That guy over there, he still believes that the mound is real.
Mound.
You know, mound.
Ophios keeps staring at him.
You'll have time enough to learn the rumors.
I'm just wondering if there's anything I can particularly keep an eye out for or have interest that could watch somebody get eaten by or something like that, you know? Not me, but just generally speaking.
You won't be able to see anybody get eaten by nothing. You're going to be inside, where it's safe.
Oh, I mean. Okay. I was just curious.
You guys go, and they bring you into the what's the place called? The prison. And when you go inside, you can see inside the place, they're keeping the jungle or swamp, whatever you want to call it, at bay. As much as the outside is very obviously kind of like lost within what's here, making it very difficult to find this place, the inside is actually kept clean enough. I'm not going to say it's pristine or anything. Again, you don't get the impression that magic's being used to accomplish this, right? Just that it's probably several guards' responsibility every day to go around and cut back and hack back vines and whatnot growing into the area to scrape the moss off the walls, so on and so forth. Oh, it's not the guards that do it. It's the workers that do it.
The prisoners.
Yep, the prisoners. As you guys are walking through the facility, you're starting to get an impression, Rena. One that's too familiar. But certainly different scenery than before. You're going by different areas where the prisoners, clearly wearing the same suits that you guys are doing different work here and there and there. Beforehand, you may have been in a work camp, but it was, you know, a work camp. You eventually would have, like, you had good enough food. You had friends that were there. You had freedoms to a degree. You just couldn't leave the place, right? But, you know, you were freedoms for the most part. I mean, you crafted weapons and got to play with them. Like, right? That's not so bad. Something that you actually enjoyed doing. But here, you get in the impression the work's not exactly going to be like that. As you guys get brought into the area where you're finally getting processed in, they kind of go over your charges, everything that you were accused of. But I mean, just I'm going to put this in terms that because we're all obviously people that understand modern justice system, and your characters probably don't understand the parent justice system well at all. They read you your what are they called? Accusations as though they're convictions, as though you've been tried and found guilty for all the things that they're reading off to you.
I have an honest question. What would Ophios's be in variance to Rena's?
Actually lesser. Funny enough, Rena does have the longest list here because there's a lot of rumors about things that were blamed on Rena that weren't actually necessarily true. The second longest list amongst you is actually Vance. The third longest list being Laszlo. Ophios has the shortest list.
I would have expected Laszlo's to be bigger than Vance's.
No. Vance actually did a lot of stuff, but years ago. Years and years ago. So they read off the arraignment of what you guys or I guess found guilty for, and inform you of your sentencing. They tell Laszlo that he has been sentenced here, a prisoner of the gate, until such a time that he can work no longer or death finds him. Vance is informed that he is sentenced here until death finds him. And then as for Rena and Ophios, the sentencing for you guys has been currently suspended. You'll be informed of your sentencing at a later date.
We're in the same room, I presume.
Oh yeah, where they're kind of like reading this stuff off to you guys.
Seems your friend had some say.
She'll nod, but won't say anything.
When you guys are brought to your rooms, the rooms that you're brought to are pretty simple cells. You're put in there with one other person. Each of you are put in with one other prisoner. You are not put with your friends. You're put with people that you do not know at all whatsoever. That's unfortunate. We can worry about the details of who they are and whatnot later on. Well, obviously, you're going to go into pretty good detail about all of these characters with our next session. But what I will say, so one of the things that you learn about this place is, if there was a way that you can describe this using, once again, real world terms, it's more of a gulag than it is just a plain prison. It is, in fact, a work camp. But you do glean a small amount of information from it here. Of all the people that are imprisoned here, everybody that you've talked to, everybody get an impression from, these people aren't just high crimes criminals. They're actually all people that have done some degree of revolution or revolt or are a political POW or anything like that. Everybody here is somebody that has a degree of significance in the outer world. Not just like, oh, this guy's a serial killer and went around and killed, I don't know, 69 people with, I don't know, a toothpick. Nothing like that. It's everybody here has a past, has a history. And that makes it so, because they obviously understand the significance of the kind of people they keep here, they keep the interactions with different people very, very limited. When you are with your cellmate, you're with your cellmate almost always. In fact, anytime you leave your cell, you are chained to your cellmate. It is unfortunate, but it keeps it so that you can't easily run away. You can't easily get away. There are actual social times, though. Once a week, you guys actually have a 4-hour period where you're able to go into their greater courtyard area, and you're able to be amongst a handful of other duos, and you can actually socialize once a week for about a 4-hour period. The people that you socialize with changes each week. So you might bump into somebody that you know, the same person, will say, for argument's sake, I don't know, there's a 25% chance that happens. But luckily your list of friends, I'm sure, will grow. Because, you know, so much to talk about here. Anyways, it is a, what kind of work you guys are going to do here and who your cellmates are, we're going to go over that next session. But to answer your question from last week, Tyler, or the week prior, whatever it was, no. You guys aren't gladiators, and you aren't forced to fight for the entertainment of the guards. As a matter of fact, physical contact like that is not allowed. And you'll actually, the guards will come and very physically cease and desist the any physical interaction with each other like that. Absolutely not allowed. Yes, we'll have the one with Rena be named Razor.
Yes. That's cool.
What's the weird name of the guy from Guardians of the Galaxy? Laserface. My
Laserface.
guy, I want him to be Laserface.
Laserface. I thought you were saying, what's his name? No, it will not. Nothing goes over my head. I catch it. I reflexes. Too fast.
Oh yeah, I love him.
Drax.
No.
Drax is the
Drax.
share. Yeah.
Drax is
Please.
the best character, please.
Drax would be so good.
No, I just want Laserface just to be an obscure hilarity reference.
Taser face.
Just bring someone in and name them like name them something remotely close to Yondas, but change like one letter.
Yonder.
So we're both like, what?
Yonder.
Oh, God.
Hey, Yonder, come over here.
We'll just have
Oh,
variants of our names.
Nope. Definitely the one with Ophios' name is Tyler.
No.
Oh, there you go.
I've had a
Why am I
relit.
locked with myself?
It's relit. Let's get relit, fam.
Oh my god.
Oh. Well, I
Weirdest
assume
prison sentence ever.
let's get lit, fam is like a thing people don't say anymore, isn't it? So in case you like,
ironically,
Really?
Wait, no, we need a Trini in here. Rena needs to be cellmates with Trini,
Who's Trini?
Wade's favorite.
if you want Tyler,
That or
we can make-
Barbara.
Tyler, if you want, we can make Trini your cellmate.
I'm fine with that. I don't care.
You guys can have
Then-
some fun in
then-
your cell.
Then,
Oh my god.
Then Rena can be Barbara. Rena could be cellmates
Barbara?
with Barbara.
But you can have fun with your cellmate, Ophios.
Oh god.
I'm not
You
gonna.
said physical interaction is prohibited.
I
Yeah,
said
what are you
that kind
talking
of physical interaction.
I don't know. They might think it's violent. I am a snake person.
Oh.
Wow. Messi died.
I mean, if you base it upon what we were talking about earlier, Rena.
Messi's like, check
Oh
please.
my god. Messi's out.
Later.
No wait. Can I get my check?
Wow.
It's time to go.
Okay, well then, I think it's time to end the stream. Your characters finally found themselves into the gate. You're gonna get more information about the gate next session. Messi, next session's of course when we're having our actual official time hop, right? The real one. And Messi, your character is going to do a bit of traveling and come back. I'm hoping we'll be able to get to the party back together sometime in the near future, very near future, not in game but out of game near future, and we'll see how things go.
You're
So,
saying I don't need to be here next week?
you do, unless you can't be for some reason. Well, I intended to use you.
That's fine. Yeah,
All right, cool.
just checking.
So yeah, let's go around the room and talk about things to talk about. I suppose. Oh, and I don't know if I announced this on this show yet, so I will say this really quickly and I'll go to you guys. Fourth Aurorum campaign, most likely starting very soon. We're still working with the PCs to finish up the characters to get the whole thing put together. So we'll see if that's actually happening. I don't want to sign it and say it's happening until I have character concepts 100% created and everything ready to go with an overlay and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, who wants to go first? What do we say? What do we say? Tyler.
Sure. I'm still creating and doing stuff. I actually posted a workout video, so as Scott would say, Doxy can drool over my arms in that workout video. Because apparently she did that, according to Scott.
Can we have somebody clip and splice together Tyler's workout video with Doxy saying those things? We have Doxy saying those things like picture in picture, like overlaid on top of Tyler. So it's almost, and then they just keep zooming in. So as she's talking, it's just kind of like one of those, it starts off like, well, Tyler's arms, they look really delicious. I mean, see them, and I won't lie, I was getting all sorts of hot and bothered, and I was really enjoying what was going on.
This is me blocking you from my video.
Josh, you gonna do it for us? Thanks, Josh.
So I posted my video today. I will still be posting on Fridays. Hopefully I'll be I should be going out and doing protests tomorrow, so I'll be doing that. Trying to get back in the routine of streaming and doing stuff. Obviously things aren't normal, so it's hard to be normal. So I'm just keeping on and hopefully have some charity stuff, initiatives, and different things in the future. I'm definitely working behind the scenes to help out in different ways. So, just doing what I can. So if you want to check out my YouTube channel is there. If you want to support the causes that are going on and the big movements that are happening right now, there's a whole bunch of resources out there for you to look at. With the Black Lives Matter movement and fighting against police brutality. So, I mean, those are the big things I'm working on behind the scenes and trying to kind of have a relatively normal life. And it sounds very privileged just to be able to say that.
Rena.
Well said. Hi. I was saying that's well said, and I agree. But I'm Rena the Destroyer. You guys know me.
Hi,
now.
Rena.
Hi. Why? Cursed imagery. Oh, that's it. That's all I got. Sorry. He threw me off with the weird cat.
What are you
Anyway.
talking about?
Yeah, my cat's not even in the room.
Not your cat. Anyway, enough about your guys' cats. No, I haven't streamed in a while, but that's obviously just because of everything going on. Yeah, and I've been extremely busy and everything like that. And I really want to make my next stream an impactful one in some way. So I'll be looking into that, and I'll have more info on my Discord most likely, but also on Twitter and my channel and all that. So, but yeah, otherwise there are more important things to worry about right now. And tons and tons and tons of resources at your disposal. So please use them, educate yourself, and just stay up to date with everything. It's important to speak out.
It's actually really cool reading about the founders of BLM, the three ladies that started it. Cool organization. I got turned on to them from I used to watch the Young Turks all the time years ago, back when I was still in restaurants before I even started streaming. I used to watch the Young Turks a lot, and they often talked about them and read about their foundation. It's a really cool story, really cool history. Actually, before we get to messy, sorry, fun fact: did any of you guys watch the even just small portions or whatever of George Floyd's memorial services, like with his family and everything, giving the speeches?
I didn't get a chance to look at it.
Was that the one that Killer Mike appeared on, or was that a separate thing?
Killer Mike did something like days before that. That was the one with like Ludacris. Okay. If you're talking about like famous people, Ludacris, Tiffany Haddish, and some other. I always forget the really short comedian's name with the ostriches bit. Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart.
Okay, yeah.
Oh.
Kevin Hart's name.
I think I saw Kevin Hart's, but I didn't see the other two.
Well, listening to the speeches of the actual family members, and what they were like kind of saying, just like more or less the really, 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 really rough upbringing. It's just, I mean, obviously, we would all prefer that somebody didn't die and brutality and whatnot didn't exist and so on and so forth, because that's obviously horrible. But what an amazing, like, I mean, the fact that this gentleman is going to be like, he's spearheading what is hopefully going to be a huge change, huge movement. And from the family's perspective, obviously not the person who unfortunately passed away, like knowing that came from their household, like that's so beautiful for them. You know what I mean? Like they would of course rather have their son, brother, father, so on and so forth. But I awesome for them. You know what I mean? That they can have their pain shared worldwide and whatnot. Like it was a beautiful thing to listen to them tell their old stories and whatnot. So anyways, Messe, sorry.
Oh no, it's good. I was just gonna tag on that it's crazy that this whole thing started because one person decided to film an arrest, and now it's like this huge national movement that's gonna have probably
International.
we've already seen some, but yeah, sure, international movement that's gonna have a lot of new laws and governmental changes and that kind of thing. So that's it kind of just goes to show that like even the smallest things can just have these huge impacts, which is cool in my opinion that we're able to see it in effect. But hi, I'm Messy was taken on Twitch. Don't really stream or to YouTube right now. Also, just working a lot, working on school, and then plus with everything going on, it's just a weird time. But I have been working on a project for a long time, like 2 months now of like daily work with Dunce, who used to be on this channel. He did one campaign a long time ago. We're doing a
Toss
streamer.
a coin to your witcher.
Yeah, it
oh,
was the Witcher
Valley of
campaign,
Dent.
which- Are you down to finish that, Daelric, at some point? The one episode we have left?
Yeah, I have all that time.
Yeah. When
Maybe
you
we'll
have
do
to-
it. Maybe we'll do it for my birthday.
Isn't that September? Is that
It
what
is.
you told me?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's around when the next Witcher season will come out.
That's true. Yeah. Q4. Yeah. So we've been working on a NBA streamer league, and everyone in this chat right now is part of that streamer league. Congratulations, all of you. You're gonna get drafted soon. It's coming up. I hope you guys get good seeds.
I'm Larry Bird.
No, you're not.
No.
The only recognizable person here on that list is Apocalypto, honestly. Everyone else just has like B tier names. But
wow. Wow.
really
Just because
excited.
Tyler has like 1 million subscribers doesn't mean you need to throw us down that
No,
little.
it's
wow.
literally
No,
because
that's
you
cool,
million
Messi.
subscribers.
You know,
Drew good
you know,
cards.
there we go. I haven't muted him all stream. Maybe do it at
Well,
the
Derek,
end.
maybe just be funnier. That's all I'm trying to.
Oh. Oh.
Oh,
You also told me
that's hard.
when I told you about the NBA Streamer League, you were like, "Yeah, whatever. I just want to be really bad. I just want my character to sit on the bench like the real me would." And I said, "Okay, and that's what I did for you." So
He also
let's,
did
let's
say
hope you
he
enjoy
wanted
your-
some garbage playing time, so we might actually get that based on what you told me.
yeah, I think everyone in the league's gonna get some playing time. Yeah, they are. So yeah, enjoy your 4 minutes. And your 4th round pick. It's gonna be nice. But we're starting that this month. We're working on a ad right now. We're making like little things to throw out on Twitter and that kind of thing. So make sure you follow me on Twitter if you want to see that. That's at MessyTwitch. And I will be adding everyone who's in the clips. So if you guys get added, feel free to retweet or like. Thanks. That's it.
Nice.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you. All right. Well, stink bug. In fact, the stink bugs live around here. So anyways, cool. Awesome. Glad to hear it. We're going to bounce out of here. I'm sure I'll find somebody to raid in a moment. Join us next week when the long travels between Cadis, Ophelia, and Elijah, thank you.
Come on, man. Come on.
Lead Cadis
Michael Jordan
to
Jackson
ask
III.
Elijah to actually become the best man of him and Ophelia's wedding. Because there's a budding love that happened while they were traveling.
Aw.
Goodbye.